like you all to charge your glasses for a toast to the Queen.
This is a toast to the Queen. Charge your glasses. You mean put wine in your glasses
Mr. President,
for a
Queen.
toast.
À la line.
On the line.
May God bless.
Remain standing. I would like to call on Lieutenant Paul Roquet, Royal Canadian Navy, as this is Battle of the Atlantic Sunday. I would like him to give the toast for our fallen comrades.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, members of the head table, it's a privilege, and I'm afraid I'm going to be a little worried because that's the Navy way. We have a toast for every day, and the toast for the Legion and the toast of the day for the Navy, old and new Navy, are pretty much the same. And of course, this only goes back to Nelson. Boy knows the Navy for 350 years of history and tradition on travel by programs. You would say, fallen comrades. We say, brothers and friends. Vous avez bien ça.
Please be seated. I will now call on our President to introduce our head speaker.
Very smart.
Good evening, comrades, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Our guest speaker tonight, I don't think he needs much introduction. He is a member of Branch 638. But I would like to introduce him as the newly appointed Minister of National Defense. Please welcome Vote of Honor.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It really is a pleasure for me to be here tonight because this is my branch, and I look around the tables of friendly faces, and so I'm not really a stranger here. There was some miscommunication over the last few days. Now, people keep asking me why we're in Afghanistan, and there's three basic reasons why we're in Afghanistan, aside from the idea that the Liberals actually committed us to be there. But there's three reasons that we're there. One is it's in our national interest. You got to remember that in 2001, because Afghanistan collapsed as a state and the Taliban were running it, they had terrorist camps in Afghanistan where Al-Qaeda trained their people to launch attacks all over the world. And in 2001, an attack came in the United States against the Twin Towers and against Washington. But in those Twin Towers, 24 Canadians died. And from our country's point of view, and that's why we supported the previous government, is that when you come out and kill Canadians, we aren't going to let you go, we're going to go after you. And that's why we joined the United States and other countries to invade Afghanistan in early 2002, to overthrow the Taliban, and to try to restore democracy and government in Afghanistan. So we're there in Afghanistan because of our security. And as I've told a number of people, if terrorists hadn't come out of Afghanistan to attack us, we wouldn't be there today. So it's a warning to other people, leave us alone and we'll leave you alone. But if you come after us, we're going after you. Another reason we're in Afghanistan is because we're one of the richest countries in the planet. And we have a responsibility for mankind too. We have a share of that responsibility, and we have to take leadership to try and deal with terrorism just like other countries do. So we're taking our share, and that's why we're taking leadership roles in Afghanistan. But the real reason we're in Afghanistan is because the Afghanis want us there. They want a stable life. They want to be able to look after their families. They want to have peace and quiet. They don't want bombs going off all over the place. They don't want the horrible You just had your meal, I won't get into the details, but the horrible things that occurred under the Taliban, where they mutilated people and destroyed houses. They didn't let women anywhere. They didn't allow little girls to go to school. It was a really oppressive regime. And the Afghanis don't want that to return. And so we're contributing as part of 35 countries to try and sort of deal with that problem. Now, collectively, what we're trying to do is the military's there not to fight wars. The military, there is no ultimate military solution in Afghanistan. But the military's there for is to try to provide security, to try to keep the insurgents under control, so that the governments can operate, so the courts can operate. And another thing we're trying to do is we're trying to build up the Afghan army and the Afghan police. The Afghan army, their final numbers are supposed to be about 70,000, 75,000. At the moment, they're about 29,000. And France and Britain and ourselves and a few other countries are training the Afghan army. We have a team in Kabul. We are basically handed over companies as they're formed and organized and basically trained, and we train companies on company operations. That's what we do in the piece of the pie. And so there's a bunch of countries trying to build up the Afghan army. And similarly, there's other countries trying to build the police up, and the police, they're supposed to get into the 60, 65,000 range, the police, the national police. And when we can get to a stage where the army's at a proper number and the police are a proper number and some proper training, then that's basically exit. Because if we can have governments operating there according to their style, and we can get enough law and order into the land, then you're going to start seeing us pull out. I think I'll just close off there. I'm just trying to give you an overview of what the situation is in Afghanistan, because you'll be seeing, you see it every day in the newspapers and on TV. So anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. Maybe if anybody has any questions or something, I'm open to questions if you have any.
If you don't get the Liberal support, you have my support. I'll sign any quotation you want to put in to Gord. I'd like to call up Gord, if you would like to come up front. We have a token of appreciation for you. Thank you very much for being our guest speaker. Okay. Great.
It's a life-size likeness of our president. With hair. With hair. With hair.
Well, thank you. This is a picture that he can put in his office.
There you go.
And folks, again, thank you very much for having me here. And my whole purpose to be in politics was to look after the military and the veterans. And I'm going to try to do my best as long as I'm in politics.
Here,
Very, very tough.
Regardless of regiments and stuff like that.